Hello and welcome to all of our Gold viewers who are here with us today. I'm Kristen Schwartz, licensed midwife and one of the MCs here at Gold. And today I have the great pleasure to have with me here Anna Byrom. Welcome, Anna. It's so lovely to have you here today.
Oh, thank you so much. It's lovely to be with you. Thank you for the warm introduction.
We are looking forward to your presentation here at our Gold Midwifery online conference. And the title is Surviving, Thriving, and Transforming Through Meaning in Midwifery. And when I read that, I was so happy because there's so much to talk about. I'm looking forward to seeing, how you develop this wonderful topic. But before we go into this, of course, you are a midwife. Yes. And you have worked in many different settings, in many different various regions. What do you say are some important insights that you have gained from working in different settings? What would you say stood out to you?
I think about the importance of community and connection and building a sense of relationships with the people that you get the opportunity to meet, and all of the learning that comes from being in varied opportunities, different jobs and career steps that I've taken that have really helped midwifery to stay really current, exciting, and feel like I've been able to flourish in my career in lots of different ways. So it's been really lovely for me to work in different places around the United Kingdom, but then in different kinds of midwifery roles. And I think that's what's really special about midwifery. I think it's wonderful that we get to have many careers in one.
That is so true. Yeah. That is so true. We're wearing so many different hats, and absolutely, it is true, not just one role. But there are also challenges, and that's why we are having you two, invited for this conference here to talk about how we can survive and thrive, right? It is a very demanding profession, both physically and emotionally. And especially since COVID, we know a lot of midwives have left the profession. They're just burned out. So we need to kind of build each other up as midwives, right? I mean, we need to do something. We can't lose anymore, and we need to be there for the young, the up and coming, right? So talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think I'm really pleased that there's a focus on sustaining our well-being. And for all healthcare providers, anybody working to care for others, I think it's really critical that we are able to find ways to really strengthen our own well-being and each other's. And it's really critical as we look to strengthen midwifery globally. And a lot of important work's going into the push campaign for midwives, and the World Health Organization is doing a lot of work to really strengthen the transition to midwifery-led models of care, and to really advocate for more midwives and to better training, better regulation and support to improve outcomes for families. And I think that we've done a lot of work around the world to look at how we can humanize midwifery and maternity care for families. I think we were talking before about the importance of also alongside that humanizing midwives and the maternity care workforce. And that means we must really think about that we are the people that we care for. We are part of that community, and our care conditions are our working conditions, and our patterns of work form a massive part of our life, all of our lives.
Yeah.
And what we choose to do with our work has a massive impact on who we are as people, on our opportunities to flourish in our own lives. So it's always been really important to me as a midwifery educator, and in my work as a clinical midwife, it was always really important to look after myself and to support my colleagues. But then as I moved into education and research and now into leadership, it's really important that we use what we've learned and to come together to support each other. Like you said, always recognizing how do we help people behind us? How do we learn from people in front of us so that we can stay really well?
Absolutely. Well said there. Absolutely fabulous. You mentioned so many wonderful points there. You know, the humanization of midwives, as well as, you know, we're part of we are the people we're caring for. That was so well said, right? We're not the outsiders. We're really part of the community and part of the ones we're caring for. You mentioned research, and I find that really interesting. You know, research is so important. And I feel like we need more midwives in research, right? I feel like, you know, there's a lot of research opportunity, but it's not always easy to get there. What can you tell midwives who might be looking into this field get more involved?
Yeah, I think that all the way through your career, it's critical that midwives engage with research from when you're engaging in your learning, and evidence-informed practice is really important. But remembering that evidence can be built from all sorts of knowledge. Mm-hmm. Research knowledge is critical, but there's lots of different types of knowledge that we can use to support our development and our learning. So the knowledge from the families that we care for, or from each other, practice-based knowledge. Sometimes, though, people are doing amazing things in their work, in their clinical work, in their education practice, in their leadership practice, and we don't get to hear about it. And I actually think research helps us to tell the story and to document. And I think sometimes there's mystique and mystery and myths around research, but really it's just a project. And I think midwives are really great at supporting projects and working through projects. So what I would recommend to midwives that are interested in finding out more, most hospitals or maternity services would have a research department or area. Local universities, colleges, again, linking up with people that are already doing research, getting involved in a research study, both clinically or in your research practice or setting. Also extending your studies. So coming to these sorts of events is a really nice way to start thinking about research, coming to listen to other people sharing their research. It demystifies it a little bit. We've also really passionate as a publisher myself with the Practicing Midwife Journal. I used to be the editor-in-chief. It's really helpful to start reading things that you enjoy, topics you enjoy. And we've worked really hard to develop a resource that's translational and really practice focused. So that can be a good place to start with journals like that are really focused on practice issues, and then try and work through your hospital or university libraries to access higher impact journals and resources, and just read. I think you get better at understanding research by reading it, and then maybe set up little journal clubs, book clubs, places where you can come and talk to other people.
I love that. You brought that down. It sounds, as you said, sometimes the word research, that sounds daunting. You need to have, but looking at it as a project, you know, reading a lot, you know, doing your journaling, maybe sitting up. I think that breaks it down. So it doesn't make it so unreachable anymore. It sounds like something, you know, anybody could do. And as you said, midwives are very good at projects and project work. So that should be great. Let's talk a little bit also about the wonderful work you are doing. You have some great resources. So talk to us about that for a moment.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's really wonderful opportunity in my career to move into something really different. You know, I don't think many midwives think of themselves as business leaders or setting up new organizations. And I've had the really amazing opportunity to do that with my mum, who's also a midwife. And so it's been a real honor to be able to have the opportunity to become the publisher of the Practicing Midwife, which was something, like I said, that I was editing and gained experience of that editing role, which was aligned with my academic midwifery practice. But then to now have been learning how to set up an organisation to support students and midwives throughout their whole career has been a passion project really for me. Something that's, again, looking for those moments in your career to light you up and to fill you up. And I always think that learning something new, having a new opportunity, like we say with research, having a new project to lead, it does give you something to work towards that I think is really good for your well-being. And that's something we'll be able to talk a little bit more about in the session together. But But yeah, my organisation is an organisation that's really for everybody working in maternity and perinatal care. So we want to help all clinicians, support workers and birth workers and doulas and midwives and obstetricians, anyone working to support families, to come and have a space to educate and learn, but also to read and contribute. And I suppose you could say that we're trying to have a place to elevate, amplify, capture and store, like almost historically, midwifery-based knowledge, maternity-based knowledge. And like I said before, really focusing on translating information, knowledge, evidence into everyday practice and celebrating everyday practice. How do you set up a new research midwife role? What would you like to become the first fetal medicine midwife? How do you set up a new clinic or pull together a new birth centre?
Right.
So this is the kind of thing that's really what we're looking to share on our platform, so that you can build confidence through your career and to feel good in your work.
And it creates community too. Really, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. That's the All for Maternity Hub. Is that correct?
So we can. Yeah, you can go to allformaternity.com and you'll find out everything on there.
Well, thank you so very much, Anna Byrom. That was wonderful having you here today, chatting with you. And we're looking so forward to your presentation here at the upcoming Gold Midwifery Conference here of 2025. Your presentation will be live on February 11th. Everything, of course, is recorded. The title of your presentation, one more time: Surviving, Thriving, and Transforming Through Meaning in Midwifery. Thank you so much for being here today. And for our viewers, if you would like to find out more, please visit goldmidwifery.com for more information and check out our free and open access keynote presentations for this conference as well. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Anna. And we hope to see everyone at the conference. Bye-bye, everyone.
All right. Thank you.